Today, we're exploring one of Florida's most popular beach towns on the Gulf Coast for the very first time. From the iconic Pier 60 to famous grouper sandwiches, come with us as we spend the day in Clearwater Beach. Our first stop was the Clearwater Marina for a dolphin sightseeing tour. There were a ton of companies to choose from, but we went with the Fins Up Dolphin and Donuts tour.
Like up the stand over the islands, like this one on our left. This is one of a bunch of spoil islands back here, but in particular this one's named Bird Island, and it's actually a sanctuary for all the birds. All that light colored water surrounding Bird Island.
I had never been on a tour like this and was a bit skeptical about the guaranteed dolphins, but we were pretty lucky and didn't have to wait long to see them.
There's so many. I'm surprised we've seen so many. The water is so calm.
The tour was about an hour and a half and took us around Clearwater Bay and just into the Gulf. It was so interesting to see the resorts and pier from the water and all the other tour boats looking for dolphins too. The sightseeing tour was so nice. It was about 90 minutes and we saw so many dolphins. It said it was guaranteed, but honestly I didn't think we would see that many. But they just kept coming up to the boat. It was so nice. And at the end, if you left a review, you got a free sticker. After 90 minutes on the water, we were definitely ready for some lunch, and we were told we had to check out Frenchy's. I could tell there were a lot of locals because it was packed in the middle of summer, which is always a good sign. I saw this pretzel fish appetizer on the menu and couldn't resist, but we also ordered their famous grouper sandwich.
Yeah, absolutely destroying this fish.
On our way down to the pier, we checked out the shops on Mandalay Avenue. There's a ton of classic beach town souvenir shops over here, and it's also home to Hulk Hogan's restaurant, which I was surprised to see. We eventually walked into Ron Jon to find another sticker to add to my travel journal. Pier 60 is the center point of Clearwater Beach and is definitely where you'll find most people enjoying the water. I wasn't expecting much besides the pier, but I was surprised by just how much you could do here. There was a massive water slide, bungee trampoline, and a Ferris wheel, which I don't think I've ever seen at a Florida beach before. We made our way down the pier and noticed that only the first half is free and is $3 beyond that point, so we stayed back in the shade, watched the water, and even saw a Coast Guard rescue in the distance. Two hours before sunset, we returned to the pier for a completely different experience. Every night, there's an event called Sunsets at Pier 60 where you can find local vendors and street performers all along the pier until 2 hours after sunset. I'm so glad we came back for this because the atmosphere was totally different compared to the afternoon. It was so much fun watching the performers and checking out all the vendors along the pier while the sun set, and was a perfect way to end the day at Clearwater Beach. If you're looking for more to see, just over the Skyway Bridge is Anna Maria Island, which is famous for its beaches, so be sure to check out that video here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.